everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a CHRISSY Teigen inspired look. This look is from the Oscars back in February. I asked you guys on Facebook which look you'd like me to recreate out of 3 different people, and everyone was like, all of them. So I've decided to just do a series. One thing I love about the red carpet in general is that the looks are very kind of natural, very classy, very minimal. Now I know the foundation, the skin can be quite heavy due to, you know, photography purposes, but in general the eye makeup and the overall look is very classy, very minimal, and a lot of looks on my channel recently have been quite dramatic, so it'll be nice to do kind of something a little bit more wearable for a lot of people as well. So before I'm going to blab on too much, I'm going to jump right into this tutorial. This video is going to be a talk through tutorial, so it may be quite long, but I'm going to try my best to keep it straight to the point. I love doing voiceover tutorials because I like the fact that they're quick and they're snappy and straight to the point. They're the type of tutorials that I like to watch, but I've had a bit of feedback from you guys saying that you'd like to see more talk through videos. So first of all, for my skincare, I started by cleansing, toning and moisturising using my Age Lock skincare range. This is the day cream and it's got an SPF of 22 as well, and I'm really liking my new skincare routine. The primer I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild primer. To be honest, I just picked this up because I never really use it. It just looks like a moisturiser. It's meant to be good for filling out pores and just smoothing out your overall complexion. So kind of like the Benefits Professional. So because I'm going on the red carpet, I'm going to go for a colour corrector today to cover any discoloration, so it's going to make my foundation and my concealer's job a little bit easier. So I'm going to be using the Sleek colour corrector, and I'm going to be using the pink for under the eyes, and if you have any breakouts then you can use the green if you're quite pale skin like me. I'm just going to be popping the colour corrector on with my finger. I'm just going to blend it out, and it's just going to brighten up the whole under eye area. I do have a video on colour correctors, so if you're not sure how it all works, I do have a really in-depth video on it and different skin tones and different colours and things like that. So I will leave that linked up top. So I'm going to be using the Clinique's foundation. This is the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer foundation. I wanted something quite high coverage because it is red carpet look, as I said. Oh, I've actually had this foundation for so long and I've never used it, and I was just trying to pull off the top and it wasn't coming off, but look at it. I did not expect that, but that was pretty cool. I was there trying to like pull it off and it wasn't coming off, and then I thought it was broken. Anyway, okay. So we're just going to dot this on. This is actually a pretty cool way. That's so cool. I'm just going to load this shit on. So I'm just going to be using my F20 brush and I'm going to be blending this out. This is actually a lot warmer than I was expecting. I haven't used this foundation in so long. I thought it was a lot paler than this, so this is good. I really like this foundation. I remember I got a sample of it and I was really in love with it, and then I got a pale colour, and then I ended up getting a colour when I was on holidays, and I just kind of threw the foundation to the side. But I remember really liking the coverage of it. It was quite full coverage. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Naked Skin concealer. This is like one concealer I'm just literally hooked on. I love it. Always go back to using it. I'm going to blend it out using the F40 brush. So I'm going to move on to the eye makeup now. This is really weird for me because I normally do my eye makeup first. So I'm kind of doing things arse ways today. But it is kind of a more natural look. So you kind of get away with doing your foundation first for like more subtle looks, because there's not going to be that much fallout than if I was doing like a really dramatic eye, you know. I'm actually going to be using a couple things from the Too Faced Power of Makeup set. To be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with it. I found that the eyeshadows were quite patchy, they were quite hard to blend. Now, I only used it once or twice, but I didn't kind of go back to using it anymore because I was really disappointed. But I want to use a couple of things because it's just laying around and it was quite an expensive palette, so I really want to use it. It also came with like a little pouch of like small little travel size stuff, like you know, your mascara, some primer on my lid. I'm using the Shadow Insurance. It's exactly like the Urban Decay primer with, you know, the original primer. Doesn't have much coverage in it. She has quite like a natural kind of a brown smoky eye, so I'm just going to be using some of the mid-tone shades and also the dark brown shade here to create that smoky eye. This is just going to set the primer and just give it a nice kind of a matte base to work on. I just find that it helps with blending and everything. I'm going to go into the second colour here, which is just a little bit warmer. I'm just going to pop this into my crease. When you're working with like one colour smoky eyes, you want to just very slowly build up the colours, going from lightest to darkest. Otherwise it's just going to look like, you know, very messy, unblended look. So just take your time with it, just blend, 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 blend. Really like the pigmentation in this palette. Eyeshadows are very soft, creamy, not too powdery. Quite blendable so far. I know this is only a transition shade, but I like it. It's just looking a little bit too cool, so I'm just going to go in with the next warm brown shade. Oh yes. Just warming that up, baby. I'm going to go in with a flat brush and I'm going to use the dark brown eyeshadow. And I'm going to pat this onto the lid. I'm going to flip the brush on the other side to the blending side and just dip back into the brown. And again, just going to go over this and just help kind of blend it into the crease. Smoke it out. Then going back into the lighter mid-tone shade and the first brush I used, and just going around the edges, just blending back and forth. When you're working with browns, they can look a bit patchy as well, so just keep going back. Just really take your time with smoky eyes, just keep going back and blending and just building up the colour and the intensity slowly. Remember, it's better to kind of build it up than to go too dark and have like panda eyes. I'm just going to follow the same kind of technique on the lower lash line. I'm just going to go in with the lighter mid-tone shades and just sweeping them on the lower lash line. And then going back with the flat side of the brush and sweeping this. Keeping it really close to the lash line. You're going to have a little bit of fallout here, but don't worry because you haven't powdered yet, so you can just sweep all this away. It's not a big deal. But if you are kind of new to makeup, do your eyes first because it will be much cleaner for you. And it will save you a lot of time as well because you can just get a baby wipe or your cleanser, clean out any fallout and then go straight in with your foundation. So Chrissy doesn't appear to have any eyeliner, so I'm just going to leave that alone today. I'm just going to add some mascara and I might just stick on some very, very natural false eyelashes just for a little bit of definition in the eye area. In some pictures it looked like she wasn't wearing any lashes, and then in some pictures when she was looking down, her lash line did look quite full. She might have extensions or something. So I'm going to add falsies just for a bit of extra definition, but if you want to go in with a load of mascara and just kind of build up the intensity, then totally go for it. So I'm going to be using the Too Faced mascara. Oh my god, is this purple? So I'm going to be using my own new colour mascara, and that's a shame. I really wanted to know what that mascara was going to be like because I've heard so many people talking about it. So anyways, I'm going to be using the new colour mascara. This is my own mascara from my franchise, The Glam Life. You can check out, what? I'll leave all the links in the description box if you want to check it out. So this mascara is oil free, it's water based. It doesn't have any harsh chemicals or anything like that. It's also safe enough to use on eyelash extensions because it's oil free. It's just very lightweight. It's kind of a silky formula. Your lashes don't clump, and I really like the brush as well. I like the shape of the brush. So yeah, you could nearly just wear this on its own. But for the sake of the pictures, I just want a bit of extra definition. I do love me falsies. I'm just going to put a bit of black liner in my waterline to just kind of make it, kind of close my eyes in a little bit more and just make them very exotic. I know. Line my tight line as well. I'm just going to lift my eye up and just kind of very softly just run the liner just into the base of the lashes. Give yourself a break in kind of every couple of seconds because your eyes will water like crazy. Some people actually like to put the liner in and close their eyes and run back and forth to line both at the same time, so that freaks me out. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the kind of goldy shimmery shade mixed in with the matte cream, and I'm just going to pop this under my brow bone. Remember, if you go too far in with a smoky eye, it's really going to close up your eyes, which is fine if you've got big eyes like me. But if you have quite small eyes, you're just going to close them up even more. So just by leaving that kind of gap between your lashes and the inner corner will open it up a little bit more. And then you can go in with a matte, kind of a bright highlight shade, and just put this in the inner corner. And it's just really going to make your eyes pop and really open them up a little bit more. I'm going to use the Ka-Brow. And this is in shade number 3. So it's actually a shade too light for me, because when I was getting my allocation we're sold out of the 4, so I got the 3 and I kind of created more ombre brow now with this. I really like the Promenade because I feel I get a little bit more kind of control with the gel than you would with a powder. You kind of get that precise outline. I just kind of outline my brow, just kind of filling in the front bit and then just outline the rest of it. And then fill in the tail. So moving back to the face, I put on my concealer, my foundation, but I never set it. So I'm going to be using the Balm powder. This is actually a powder foundation, but it's just a little bit warmer than the foundation, and it's just going to warm up my complexion a little bit more. So I'm just going to be using a powder brush for this. I'm just going to be applying it very lightly. Chrissy's face, she didn't have any heavy highlighting or contouring or anything like that. Her skin was very bronzy because she's got beautiful skin anyway, but she didn't have much highlighting going on. It wasn't too dewy. It was kind of more of a bronzy matte finish. So for that reason I am going to go in with my new colour Bronzing Pearls. This is going to give me the highlight, the blush and the bronze all in one. I'm just going to very slowly build up circular motions. Yes. Building it up, baby. Just gonna really bronze it up. Bronze it up. Then I'm gonna go in with the matte lipstick from Primark. Then to finish it off, I'm going to be using the Kylie Jenner Liquid Metal Matte lipstick. I'm just going to be using a tiny bit of this. So I'm just going to dot this in the center, and I'm just going to blend it out using my finger. I just really want that subtle kind of bronzy sheen that she has on her lips. So this is the finished look, guys. I'm just going to be popping on some eyelashes, just some cheap ones. These ones from Wish that I got for like €1. I really hope you enjoyed this video, this talk through. Let me know if you prefer to see more talk through videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!